we're now moving on to the books. Okay, so, hi, my name is Samantha, and today we're looking into an excerpt of a book. And this book is called Sunshine by Robin McKinley. So what is an excerpt? Excerpt means a short part taken from a book, a film, or even a speech. So today we're going to read an article about this excerpt. So before we start, I would like to know, what is the latest book you guys have read?
The latest.
Yeah, the latest.
Oh, the latest.
The latest book.
I don't know how to say Chinese.
Okay, so for me, I cannot remember what's the latest book, but I usually really love reading. So do you guys even love reading books? Yes. Okay, so what kind of book do you like?
Fantasy.
Fantasy.
Probably improvement. Like improvement, like.
Yeah.
I should be better. Really helpful.
Yeah. Okay, so for me, I don't really like some development books. I like detective, like Sherlock Holmes, and I also like fantasy. And today this book is about fantasy. Yeah. Okay, so this is the cover of the book. What do you guys think this book is about?
Murder.
Why is murder?
The cup of coffee that's
A cup of blood.
But this book is called Sunshine. It's really a fight.
I don't remember the name.
Okay. And okay, so here's the words that exist in the excerpt. So now, what do you guys think this book is about?
Vampires. A love story between vampires.
Sorry.
And werewolf.
Okay. Yeah, magic.
Like Twilight.
Like the Twilight, so because of vampires. Okay. Okay, now I'm going to give you the handouts for today's class.
I was going to ask you if you
Okay, so now you have 3 minutes to read this article, and then turning back to this handout, there's 3 questions on the back, and you have 3 minutes to answer these questions. And remember, you don't need to check anything from the device. Okay, start from now. so time's up. And if you haven't finished, it's okay. We'll discuss the answer at the end of the class. So it's okay if you haven't finished yet. And we'll start reading the excerpt together. So now turn to the page 1, where has the full excerpt. And we can look at the end of this page, and there are some vocabularies in this article. And I would like everyone to highlight the words whenever you spot the vocabulary. Okay? So let's begin with our reading for today. So when I was 10, the voodoo war started. There were, of course, nothing about voodoo, but there were about a lot of bad stuff. And some of the worst of them in our area happened around the lake. A lot of the cabins got burned down or leveled one way or another. And there were a few places around the lake where you still didn't go if you didn't want to have bad dreams or worse for months afterwards. Okay, so for the first vocabulary for today is voodoo. So voodoo is a religion based on African beliefs. So in a sentence, we could say something like, voodoo is a religion based on African beliefs, using music and dance to connect with spirits. So voodoo is an ancient religion. Like they just, for a tradition, they will play drums, dancing, singing, and they sacrifice animals or sometimes little people. Yeah. And have you guys ever seen some movies about voodoo or film? Yeah, I guess that's a quite popular topic for movies. Yeah, it's quite horrifying. Okay, so for this part, are there any words that you don't understand? Okay, so if you have encountered some words that you're not sure about, you can ask. Okay, you can raise your hand there. Okay, and so we're moving on. The wilderness was taken over, which was a good thing because it meant that it could. There were a lot of places now where nothing was ever going to grow again. So the wilderness means an outside area in which plants are left to grow naturally or untilled. So we can make a sentence with this word like, the garden was a wilderness of overgrown bushes. So have you ever entered a place that is wilderness? Yeah, sometimes. Yeah. No. Yeah. I used to go hiking with my parents, and sometimes the path is wilderness.
I went to the Amazon because my country has like the Amazon.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, moving on. I lay there, breathing, listening to my heart race, but feeling this weird numb composure. We were still by the lake. From where I had lain, I could see it through the trees. It was still a beautiful, serene moonlit evening. Okay, so the composure here means the feeling of being calm, confident, and in control. And we can use this word like, I didn't want to lose my composure in front of her. And the next word, moonlit. Moonlit means be able to sing because of the light of the moon. So this is kind of beautiful word, right? Yeah. Okay, so in a sentence we can say, she proposed to me on the bright moonlit night. Yeah. Okay, moving on. Do we take her over immediately? This was the one who had noticed I was awake. It was a little across from the others, and was sitting up straight on the tree stump or a rock. I couldn't see which, as it kept watching. Okay, so the stump means the part of something such as a tree that is left after most of it has been removed, just like the pictures here. So we could say something like, the children play near the old tree stump in the park. I think I have seen some stumps in the campus. Yeah, sometimes. Have you ever seen something like this?
After typhoons.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so moving on. I couldn't see how many of them they were. I thought that I was listening to a male voices, but I wasn't sure. That's how weird sucker voices are. Bo says our guest is old-fashioned. Ladies should wear dresses. Okay, so the terms I want to remind you is sucker voices. So sucker usually means the things that make an object or animal to stick with the surface. So like octopus have suckers. But the sucker here is like in literal. Like the vampires are eating bloods and they usually suck the blood. So that sucker voices actually means the vampires' voices. Okay. So I could feel them looking at me, feel the glint of their eyes in the firelight. I didn't look back. Even when you already know you're toast, you don't look in vampire's eyes. Okay, so the glint here means to produce small, bright flashes of the light reflected from the surface. So in this reading is like the brightness in the vampire's eyes. Okay, so in the example sentence, we can say he had a glint in his eyes as he came up with a playful act. It's quite vivid. She's a lady, huh? Don't matter, she'll look enough like one in a dress. They all laughed again at this. I may have whimpered. One of the vampires separated itself from the boneless, dark, slithery blur of vampires and came toward me. Okay, whimper here means to make a series of small, weak sounds expressing pain or happiness, just like the face making by this dog, whimpered. Okay, so the little dog whimpered softly, seeking comfort from its owner. So when I was little, I usually whimpered when I get hurt.
I still whimper.
Okay. And the word slithery described a wet or smooth, so that it moves easily and quickly across surface while twisting or curving. So just basically the snakes. Or we could describe a place as slithery, like we now had to get back down the slithery path in the cold and dark. So we all know Harry Potter, right?
Yeah.
And there are 4 houses, and one of them is called Slytherin. So that is the transformation of the Slytherin. Okay. And the last part, my heart was going to lunge out of my mouth, but I lay still. I was, strangely, begin to feel my way into the numbness. Okay, so lunge means to move forward suddenly and with force. So like we could use this word like they suddenly lunge at her with weapons. Okay, just like showing in this photo, in these pictures. Okay, and the last word, numbness. Numbness means lack of physical or emotional feelings. So we could use this word like, after sitting in the same position for too long, I feel numbness in my legs. So yeah, it's your experience, right? Yeah. And I think that people could feel numbness after their breakup. Yeah, they don't feel anything. Okay. And this is the end of this excerpt. And so do you guys have any other questions about this? Do you have any words that you still don't understand? Yeah, I think I'm just, yeah, so cover a lot of them. So how many words do you highlight?
That I didn't know.
No, I mean I asked you guys to highlight the word, the vocabulary while we reading the text. Yeah. But for the voodoo, I think in the first part it occurs twice. So maybe.
Oh, we have to do.
Yeah, have to.
And so the voices, if we also counted, then now we have
Okay. Okay. So if you guys are interested in this book, it's called Sunshine. Also, so Sunshine is the name of the main character, the girl, and it is written by Robin McKinley. And this book actually won an award for literature. I think it's the fantasy award. I think, but it's quite long ago in 2004. Yeah, you can search on Google if you are interested in this. And I checked, the romance is not the main theme of this book. It's more like about adventures, fantasy, magic, something like that. Actually, they didn't really cover about romance, but I think there's a little about that. Okay, so now you have 2 minutes to discuss the questions with your partners, so like in the group, whatever you like, and you can check with the answer and you may need to change it. Okay, start from now.
Stops. I'll go for it. Lunch
A solid move forward. Yes. But I lay still.
Sure. You will be better.
I go A.
And so you guys finished the discussion? Okay. So for the first questions, in this passage, what does the narrator imply happened around the lake after the voodoo wars? Anyone? What is the answer for the first questions?
A.
Yeah, it's A. So in that is
There was
first.
abandonment.
Yeah. Okay. And the second one, how does the narrator feel while lying near the vampires? So yeah, it's B. So it's like the narrator described, I lay there breathing, listening to my heart race. So for the beginning of the second paragraph, I was feeling this weird non-composure. So composure means calm, so it's B. Okay, the last one, which of the following best describe the speaker's physical reaction as one vampire approaches? Yes, A. So the we can find that it is something like
going to lunch.
so lunch out of my mouth. So it's the heartbeat is raised. So for a big job it's like get down and the treadmill is like yeah. Okay, and this is for today. Great job everyone. And I hope you enjoy reading these books and have a wonderful day.